Hey guys, got the woods runner here, and I was tagged again, and this time it's a 10-question tag by my good buddies over there in Utah or Nevada, wherever they're at, I can't remember. No, they're in California. So anyway, they're out in the desert. They do a lot of Tom Wigren, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Tom Wigren and Julie Wigren, and they do a lot of backpacking and hiking trips in the desert, the deserts of California and other places like that. They explore old mines. They're really a really nice couple, and they've got an excellent channel, and I'm going to put their channel in the link down below. But anyway, they tagged me with these 10 questions, and so I'm going to go ahead and try to answer those quickly. Right now I'm up here at Canyon Ferry Lake in Montana, and on a car camp, obviously. We're camping for a few days up here, and we have I'm up here with my buddy Gray J and the Dinga Dude. So anyway, I'm going to get right to the questions. Here we go. Do I prefer to travel alone or in a group? I prefer to travel, traveling. Well, I prefer to camp in a group, but I prefer to travel, well, I don't like to travel, so there you go. But I know, I don't know, I usually, when I go someplace far away or something, when I'm traveling somewhere, I usually go alone. So I guess I prefer to travel alone. What is my most difficult trip? What is the most difficult trip or hike I have been on? Wow, that'd be, I don't know, that's a tough one.
That's your one on Nova Scotia.
Well, that'd be Nova Scotia, where I wound up getting dead one time. I got stranded on an island in the Bay of Fundy for 2 days. I was on a 500-mile canoe trip, solo trip, through all kinds of different, through lakes. I took the Allagash chain up through northern Maine, then I followed the length of the St. John River all the way through New Brunswick and out to the Bay of Fundy, and I got stranded on an island for 2 days, and because the seas were so rough, I couldn't put my canoe out, because I was actually on the Bay of Fundy at that point. And I finally made it. I could see the lights of the harbor in the distance, and I finally, one evening, I made a break for it, because towards the evening the tide would come in, and it'd be right like lapping at my feet on this island I was sitting on. But I could see the lights of Warrenville Harbor at night. So that second evening, I made a break for those lights, and I made it, but barely. I barely made it. It took all the strength I had to paddle into that channel, get into that breakwater, and not get swept back out to sea. It was pitch dark by the time I got in there, and the tide was on its way out, so it was a lot of effort getting landed. That was certainly one of the most difficult challenges I've been on, a 500-mile solo canoe. I've done other longer canoe trips solo, but that one, I was younger, and it posed quite a few difficulties for me. So number 3, what kind of activities do I do in the wintertime? Well, I hike all year. I never stop. I can't get into the backcountry to get onto the peaks in the wintertime because of avalanche danger. But I still hike during the winter, 3 days a week. I sometimes do winter campouts. I'll go out for a few nights in the winter and camp out. I usually camp in a hammock or something like that. Number 4, where's the most beautiful place I've ever slept? That would be in the Wind River Range, Titcomb Basin, Upper Titcomb Basin, when I camped there at a place called Island Lake. Just a beautiful location. It's like being on a different planet. It's absolutely gorgeous in through there. You know, I mean, Wyoming, Montana, all these western states are beautiful anyway, but But that was just awesome, just beautiful area. So yeah, the Upper Titcomb Basin of the Wind River Range, Island Lake. So where's the most, let's see, number 5, have we ever been injured? No, have I ever been injured in the outdoors? Oh yeah, I've banged up my knee before, rolled my ankle a couple of times. I dislocated a finger one time when I was hiking. Yeah, nothing real serious though, thank God. I've come out okay. I haven't been seriously injured. I did almost freeze to death one night. I almost died of hypothermia. I almost didn't wake up. If it wasn't for my dog barking and barking that finally got me to sit up, then I probably wouldn't have woke up that night. I just kind of fell asleep in front of the fire. Wasn't even covered in a blanket, and the temperature plummeted during the night. And I felt perfectly warm, but I kept hearing this dog barking, and I finally got myself in a sitting position, and I realized I was in trouble because I just felt warm, and I didn't want to move, and I couldn't hardly move. I couldn't barely sit up. I finally managed to sit up, and then from there I managed to stand up and get some blood going into my limbs, and then I started shaking like crazy, and I'm standing out there in the middle of the woods and just shaking like a leaf. And it took me a long time to, after walking around and warming up and getting a fire going, it took me a while, but I finally managed to get warmed up. But that was close. I mean, if it wasn't for that dog barking, I would have never woke up. Of course, that was a different dog. You know, it's strange. That's a good warning for you, because I didn't feel cold at all. I felt totally warm, and I just wanted to sleep. I just wanted to sleep. I just wanted to sleep. So there's a warning for you. Watch out for stuff like that. Okay, do we practice, or do I practice, sorry, this is from Tom and Julie. They put "we" in all the questions. Do I practice any special survival skills? Well, I always do. I always practice my hand drill. I just do it as a matter of course. I've been doing it all my life. I still study up on, depending what area I'm in, I study up on the local plants and stuff that are in that area, in case I should, well, just because it's fun, you know. And in case I got lost in that area, then I'd have some knowledge of the plants and wildlife in that area that I'm hiking. Sometimes I'm in Utah. Other times I'm in Nevada or Arizona, just here in Montana, sometimes back in Maine. So, I mean, I travel to different places to go on these longer trips. And, yeah. So, yeah, I'm always practicing different survival skills. Okay, what is my favorite recipe for cooking outdoors? Recipe. Well, hot dogs on a stick, of course. I mean, it isn't what everybody eats. Of course, everybody wants bacon, but I don't really care for bacon that much. So, this morning I had sausage and eggs for breakfast. Jay had pancakes with blueberries, right there, Jay?
Yep.
And Dinga, he had eggs and sausage with me. But I'd say one of my favorite things to do is to just roast hot dogs on a stick over an open fire. That's one of my favorite. That and drink coffee. So there you go.
Yeah, coffee.
Black coffee. What? Okay. How do I motivate myself in bad, harsh weather? Yeah. Well, I like Tom's answer. One of the ways he stays motivated is to kind of be prepared, and to be prepared for the weather that you're in, and to just stay active. I mean, if you're out in harsh, cold weather, you want to stay active, and you just want to be busy doing stuff. If you're not busy surviving in the wintertime, then you're busy dying. So you better get busy doing something. So if I'm out in a harsh environment, then I get busy. I might get busy putting up a shelter, building a fire, just hiking. Sorry folks, the camera shut off on me. I'm not quite sure where this ended, but I'm gonna pick up on let's see, where would my dream vacation trip be? And that would be Australia. So number 9 would be Australia. I've always wanted to go there, and ever since I seen that movie back in the 80s, that oh yeah, Crocodile Dundee, that was it. Old Mick Dundee and his knife. And I'm a knife guy, so obviously here's one that I made. This one I built from can't remember now, but I built this knife, and this is a great camp knife. I don't carry it very much, but I like all kinds of knives. I like small knives, big Bowie knives, and big heavy camp knives. They're all fun. I just enjoy building them. I enjoy using them. I don't always carry them. I can't carry them. Speaking of which, number 10, what is the heaviest thing I've ever carried on a hike? That would be my my rifle is one of the things I carry on occasion. That's probably one of the heaviest. Certainly when I'm hunting, or when I'm going through, when I'm out with hunters, out with other hunters, taking other hunters, then yeah, that'd be my rifle. One of the heaviest things I ever really had to carry was my Old Town 18-foot tripper canoe. That dang thing was huge, enormous, and very heavy, canvas and cedar, and I carried that for miles, going around dams and different portages all through New Brunswick, Canada, and Maine. That was the canoe I used on that very difficult trip. I needed a big canoe because I knew I'd be out on the Bay of Fundy. So yeah, so that's it. So I'm going to tag the Ranger. Ranger, you're tagged. Ranger does a lot of different videos and stuff about camping and camps that he's built. I really like the Ranger, and I like his channel, and I really like to support Ranger, and so I'm going to tag the Ranger. And one other person I need to tag, I guess. Who would that be? Gee. Oh, I know. He may have done this tag already, but I'm going to tag Pine Tree Line Outdoors. That's Doug. And I'm going to Pine Tree Line Outdoors. You've been tagged. Ranger Kooky, you've been tagged. So there you go. That's a quick, down and dirty 10-question video that I've been tagged in by my friend Tom and Julie, his wife. Really nice couple. I'm going to put their link down in the description. I'm sorry, Tom, if I messed up your last name. I'm really terrible with names, especially last names. But anyway, give these guys check these guys out. And this is Woods Runner, and up here in beautiful Canyon Ferry campground, right on the lake, right on the Canyon Ferry Lake, doing our car camp. So I don't go car camping very often. This has been very rare that I actually do this, but it's actually been kind of fun. And we got other friends from our church family just up here, and they're camped here too. So this is kind of a social get-together that they do every year. So anyway, that's it from me. This is Woods from Montana, and I appreciate you watching. I appreciate all you guys who don't forget to hit the like button if you like this video, and hit the don't like button if you don't like the video, or just whatever. And you guys remember, take her easy, but take her. This is Woods out.